Today we're going to learn how to have a bad guy that moves. You see my little alien looking dude there? How he moves along. And then later we're going to work on some coins too. So I'm going to show you how to add bad guys and make that bad guy move. Let's learn how to do that. So first I'm going to delete this one because this is the sample, and I'm going to start all the way from the beginning. And the way to do it is I add, as you can imagine, a new actor. Let me try again. There he is. And I'm going to call him Moving Bad Guy. So this guy will just come sliding across the screen there. Then I had to create an attribute. So you'll have to do the same thing. And I created an attribute called Bad Guy Move Speed. And it's an integer because I just want it to be a whole number, no like 5.3 or something like that. Though probably you could use a real number. It wouldn't really matter. But anyway, so make sure you hit add custom attribute. Make sure it's a game level attribute. Integer, and then name it Bad Guy Move Speed, and maybe put that speed at 100. It's nice to use attributes to set speed, so that way you can change it during the game, depending on how you want to make the game more difficult or easier. Where if you just put in the actual speed right into the hard code there, it doesn't give you any of that flexibility. Okay, so this moving bad guy here has an image, and I've created the image here, and I'll link to this on the website so you can have it. I'll drag that over here. And his size is probably going to be too big, so let's go to actor here and figure out a size. So it's 100 by 100, but I think that's probably too big, so I'm going to reduce from like 25 by 25 or so. All right, cool. Now, I want to use the convenient way of dropping the actors onto, or this actor onto the screen, so he just kind of comes down and lands like this guy did here, like this power-up did. So to do that, I'm going to do some copy and paste magic here. So I'm going to go into player, and I created a group called group drop to floor. Because you remember you had this accelerate here, and then it has bounce when collide with actor of type floor down there. So I went ahead and just built a group using this button here, and then now I have it. And so anytime I have a new actor, I can just grab this, I'll copy it, and I can just add it to my new actor. So it's super simple, and it's nicely labeled so it's easy to find. So there it is. Now anytime I drop this bad guy onto the scene, it's just going to drop right in. I don't have to match it up exactly with the platform, which is a little bit annoying to have to do that. Now I want it to have some speed as well, right? So to do that, I'm going to do a change attribute behavior. So, and the attribute to change is self dot motion dot linear velocity dot X, because remember X is like this, Y would be like this if I wanted him to go up and down, but I want him to go left and right, equals Y. And I want to change it to, and here's where I pull in this attribute from over here, this guy here. So I want to pull in game, but I have to hit the expression editor. Game dot bad guy move speed. There we go. But to make it any more interesting, like right now, if I just put that in, it's set at 100. That means he's going to move to the right. But as you can see from the game, I actually want, since the game goes from left to right, I actually want him to go from right to left. So to do that, I'm going to put a negative number in here, or just the negative sign, I should say. There we go. And then update. Cool. And also quite important on the actor here is to give it a tag. So we're using tags so that when the player crashes into the bad guy, it just dies. So this way we don't have to do that collide behavior for every single character that we have that's a bad guy. We can just do it with a tag. And so to figure out what that tag is, perhaps you have already memorized your tag, but I'm just going to go ahead and look. So rule destroy when hit obstacle. So an obstacle is a bad guy in my case. And the tag I'm using is bad with capital B, B-A-D. So that means I need to make sure this guy's tag is B-A-D. Hit the arrow there. Okay, cool. And that should do it. Let's test it out and see what happens. One last thing, the physics. So the physics of this guy, he's going to come down right now and he's going to bounce. If I leave it at 1, he's going to be bouncing like this up and down. Again, that's a choice you might want, but for now I'm going to make it 0.25. I can always change it later. 0.25, like that. Cool. And then I'm going to hit play and let's see what happens. Oh, big problem. I forgot to add them. So let's do that. Let's do some adding here. So I'm going to go to scene, level 1, actors, moving bad guy, and I can just sort of drop him on here. Remember, he's just going to drop down because the way I set it up is so convenient. And let me move this over here to the right. I can add a bunch more of these guys. So, I can drop it close if I want, but it doesn't matter because it's going to come right down to it. There we go. Okay, there's a bunch of them. Probably too many of them. Let's see. There's a guy there. And he's not moving. Oh, no. Well, let's figure out what the problem is with that. For some reason, he is not moving. So let's get him to do that. So we're going to go to moving bad guy. Self-timed. Oh, there's the problem. Linear velocity Y. There's my error. Somebody should have caught that earlier. Let's try it now. There he goes. Now they're moving. Oops. So there you go. So that's how you do it. You it's all right here. Go ahead and add a few moving bad guys on your own and see how it works. All right, enjoy.